Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Wednesday, February 12th, and welcome to another new episode of Style by Stevie. Please forgive me for my tardiness. I had to upload the OOTD, and for those of you who do not know what that is the outfit of the day. I am feeling so spring-like, Fashion Dolls, vibrant, full of color, full of life, along with my very special guest today. Now, he made his first appearance on the show back last year, I want to say in 2023. But now he is back with me today so that we can catch up and see what he's all been up to. So without further ado, Fashion Dolls, please welcome Dontae, or the Spoken Creator. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Please forgive my tardiness, y'all. I had to upload the outfit of the day. It is up. Make sure you guys please go and check it out. This dress is short, and I love it. I love it so much. It makes me think of fire. So spring is coming, and I had to bring the heat. All right? And then I think we're heading into London Fashion Week. But without further ado, let's welcome my handsome, incredibly talented guest and friend, the Spoken Creator, Dontae.
Oh, sure, we got
Hello.
hey.
Hi, stranger.
Oh, shoot, I didn't get my headphones. Oh, so I gotta get my
Take your
headphones.
time.
I
Doing
can't
that,
hear you.
Fashion Dolls. Make sure you guys please go and share the live while Dante is going to get his earbuds and everything. I need you guys to go and share the live. Let everybody know that we are on in full effect.
Oh,
Did
sorry.
you guys enjoy yesterday's show with Rico King? It is up. And I dropped the beats on everything yesterday, so make sure you guys go and check out that post. All right. So
I gotta get my headphones. I thought it was gonna be a little louder. My phone is not that loud.
take your time. Take your time.
Um,
While we're doing that, I'm gonna hold it down for Dante till he gets back. Fashion Dolls. Make sure you guys share the live. It is Black History Month, so it is an amazing week thus far. We are officially fixing to wrap February pretty soon. You've got one more week, and then the 28th is the last day in this month, which is my brother's birthday. So it's a lot we got planned. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be an amazing ride. Minus all of the craziness going on, we're still gonna keep going. I need you guys again to share the live, let everybody know that we are on. And head on over and subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime if you have not on YouTube. Definitely.
all right. How about
All
this, everybody?
right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, hello,
Mm.
stranger. It's been a minute. We did our last
Yes.
interview, I think, in 2023, and it was a panel. It was all three of us. It was me,
Mm.
you, and my brother Scott. And we were giving you some gems as well, too,
Mm.
on what you can do to go further in your career. But so much has happened since then. But overall, we'll get into that. But how has 2025 been for you so far?
2025 has been very intentional.
Yes.
That's one word I can say. I mean, when it comes to my music, is the stuff I'm creating now is healing. Is stuff that I know is going to resonate with not only just me, but just my just experience. Like I would literally would take. I feel like I'm at the phase, back when in 2021, I was on a reality show and all
Yeah.
that. That I was really doing my music and I was like writing a lot of my music. But after the reality show and all that big stuff that happened in Atlanta, I literally it's like that experience because I did the reality show, I did the movie, and then I did the stage play. Those three huge things that happened in 2021, it's like it literally propelled me. It's like it kind of like set a stone. It kind of told me like, well, you've already solidified your space right there, so
Yeah.
you can do it. So it's like I just became so much more free. Like I stopped living for the world and just started living for myself, and I really stopped living for like, okay, I need to do this to be noticed, to do this because it's like, okay, I've done it. So I mean, it can be done more and more and more, but it's kind of like I can go to the studio, I can do this and do that, but it's like a lot of people that just on these shows or that do music, they still don't put music out. So it's kind of like one of them things. It's like I'm not in it to win. I'm in it for just for the race, just for the marathon. And I mean, I'm in it for the fun. I mean, you know, I could just say like it's just it's just been an experience. But 2025 has definitely been an amazing experience. As so like the pop the balloon thing, I got a lot of backstory behind that, and that was an amazing experience. I don't know if we want to talk about that yet, but you know, I definitely let's say, I was looking on it, I was always watching it, and I'm like, I want to be on that show. I want to be on that show, but I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like, okay, So it was like, let's say the beginning of December. I was like on Eventbrite, and I'm like, let me look it up, see you got auditions and stuff like that. I literally went on Eventbrite and seen like 2 or 3 auditions. Now they were saying they were looking for like individuals who were looking for meets and stuff like that. It didn't have like no orientation or sexual orientation. So I kind of like using AI, ChatGPT. I literally had applied for 2 different companies in the same night, and I just kept watching the show, and I'm like, okay, I'll be on there. Like I just kept saying it, and lo and behold, I just get a message, and they texted me, and they're like, hey, you got selected for Pop the Balloon, and I'm like, okay, cool, great, and I'm just like, cool, and I'm excited. I done went shopping. This is like way before Christmas, so it was like the filming. I selected for the first one. The film was supposed to be like the Sunday before Christmas, so it was supposed to be like this Christmas outfit and everything. And I'm like so excited. I went shopping. I'm planning, but as I'm getting closer, really to the date, on that Sunday, I'm waking up and I'm like, why am I stressing out? Like, what is happening? Like, I just felt like I was stressing out. It was like something just felt like it was so weird. Like, I was like overeating and stuff the day before. I didn't know what was happening. Like I didn't know what was about. Like what was really about to happen because, like I said, it didn't have sexual orientation up there. So I was kind of just going
Yeah.
over there really with the blind eye. So literally the day of, I literally text them and I'm like, hey, so is this for the straight people or the gay people? And they're like, oh, this is for men looking for women. I said, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go because yeah. And they're like, oh, who are you? And I'm like, yeah, sorry. And yeah, I was like, oh wow, thank God I didn't go all the way to Brooklyn from the Bronx. Got there and would have been looking crazy because I was unprepared. But it didn't kind of like show like, okay, that was the reason why I was going through
Right.
all these thoughts. So then that passes by. I'm like, here we go. 2025 runs around. January comes around, and I come in the house and I get a phone call. Hey, you've got something for Pop the Balloon. And I'm like, oh, okay. But this time I'm intentional about it. I'm sitting there like I'm like, okay, hey, so is this for men looking for women? And they're like, and I said, who's this for straight? And they're like, yeah, this is for men looking for women. And I said, oh, okay. So I'm like, this is literally how my voice is when I'm on the phone with her. And she's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I get off the phone and she literally calls me back like 5 minutes later. She's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, it had to mean something. The first time, the second time, they must see something in me. They have my social medias, they have everything, they have my bio, they see something in me. So like at the end of the day, hey, why not go on the limb? So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I'm gonna go on this show and pretend that I'm a straight person. This is what I'm thinking in my head before I went to the film. I'm like, I'm gonna go on the show and pretend that I'm a straight person. Because if I'm gonna go as an actor. Because if I go as an actor, then I'll be able to be in the mindset of a straight person. And yeah, I thought of like a whole bunch of questions and all that stuff up to the day, and it was like so weird. It was like everything was like aligning perfect. My haircut,
Yep.
it was like so much on time, but a little late. But it was like okay. I came back in the house. I'm thinking to myself, like, am I going to this to be on TV? Am I going to this to find love? Or am I just going to this for the experience? And then I just said, you know what? I'm going to this for the experience. So I just end up just went all the way down there, and then it was all the way out Brooklyn. I get there, and I'm still nervous because I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what. I don't know what I'm literally putting myself in the mindset of okay, I'm about to find me a baby mother. Okay, I'm about to I don't really put myself in the mindset. It's like everything leading up to it was kind of like, okay, I'm about to find me real true love. Like I haven't. It's hard for me to find this. It's like stuff like everything was aligning weirdly, and it was like, okay, it's time for me to find. It's meant for me to do this. Like I don't, it's on nothing stopping me. It's only thing that's stopping me was just my thoughts. So I'm literally walking to the place, and I'm over here smoking a cigarette the cigarette, and wasted all of my pants. I'm over it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm really over it. And while I walked to the place, it was like this girl. She like walks past me real fast, and I look and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to take her home. And I'm mad because I can see she's going to the same place. So I'm like, yeah, I want to take her home. But I mean, we didn't say anything. So like,
Right.
we go in there, and so I think I'm like the second person who enters. So I'm second person who enter. Is me as another dude always sitting there. I'm second person enter, and like that other people who come in and stuff like that. So while I'm in there, I'm literally putting myself in the mindset that I'm a straight person at this point. As in, I'm trying to even just not even straight person, but just even from me thinking like, okay, what a heterosexual male or a straight male, they get more like standoffish, or they get off as like this little rough or not too nice vibe. But so I wasn't doing that. But while I was sitting there waiting, I was just giving like a just a chill, quiet vibe because I didn't know what to really do. So I would just chill, and then they like we didn't get to see the girls at all. They were around the corner doing some other stuff, and all the guys are there. We're all talking. The other first guy goes out. We hear pop, 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 and then he come back like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Oh man," da, da, da. He's telling us stuff that's happening, and he's telling us stuff that the girls asking, and he laughing and joking. And then I'm looking around, and then the other producer come back. He like, "All right, you," and then I'm like the fourth person. He like, "All right, I'm gonna call you next." And I'm like, "Okay." So you hear everybody bloom pop, and then he's like, "All right, come on." And I'm like, "All right." So the dudes in the back, they like, oh yeah, you dress nice. You definitely gonna take somebody home. You got it. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And they're like, imagine I'm the only person that's dressed in like suit. Like I really shopped for my outfit. So I go around the corner, and then the producer he gives me the microphone. He's like, "You're gonna carry this microphone in there." So I'm thinking like, okay, we're just like a filming set type thing. They're gonna say action or something. He gave me the thing. He's like, okay, go ahead. And I go into the door, and it's like, oh, it's a huge room, a whole bunch of cameras, and then you just see the girls and the hosts, and they're all the way across. And I'm looking at, oh my god, like this is like it's real. Like it was like in the moment. Like I feel like on TV it looks so spaced out or so much. It looks just so more comfortable, but in the moment it was like they're like go, and I'm like okay, and then the host is like come on, hurry up, and I'm like oh my god, so I walking. Mm-mm-mm. And we all sort of popped the blue. We saw. I could do that, but really just be my authentic self. Honestly, I mean, I felt like the questions that I asked. I mean, I was stuttering. Some of the questions, like the questions, the kind of the questions. One of the questions I asked was like, how do you define success? Is it like happiness, peace, or love? I was kind of like trying to say that, but I was kind of trying to get them to just choose one answer, but it wasn't coming out the way I was trying to convey it. And yeah, I feel like they definitely did it for sure. I mean, I definitely stood on like my how I felt, and
Yeah.
and just kind of like looking back, I'm like, dang. I mean, none of the girls popped. They definitely saw something in me that they gave me a challenge, and then I gave them more of a challenge back to kind of say, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I mean, I got a different perspective as well, and I mean, I believe my perspective is yeah, I may be nervous and stuff like that, but I mean, yeah, I'm going to be nervous. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, you see, I almost took the girl home. So it's just a little one little backstory behind it. I don't know if you watched the whole episode, but the first girl that ended up having a pop, when the lady asks me like, oh, why did you pop her balloon? I said I popped her balloon because she looked older, but that was the wrong answer. I had said I meant to say that I popped the balloon. That was,
Don't ever say a woman looks old or ask a woman her age.
no, no,
That
but
is deal breaker
I
number
have,
one.
no, I didn't even ask her age. I had popped the balloon because they asked why I popped the balloon. I said, oh, I said from looking at the lineup, she had just looked the most oldest in the lineup. So, but my actual answer I was trying to say honestly was that that she was more thicker. I was trying to say that, but the oldest thing kind of came up, so I was like, okay. I said a safe word. I wasn't supposed to. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then it's like, oh, shoot, what's going on? Like it's like it's happening in real time. It's not no stop pause. It's like okay, whew. But long story short, what the people don't know and stuff like that is that after the whole entire filming, my feet was hurting and everything. I ended up leaving, getting on the train, and lo and behold, on my way to when I'm getting on the train in Brooklyn, who do I run into? The girl Shadina, the one I ran into, and one coming in, and I ended up getting her number, and we ended up communicating. So the thing is, like, you see on screen that I didn't get a girl, but I actually did get a girl's number, and we actually, became really cool. And you get me? Okay, you get me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, like it was crazy. Like she's like, oh, how did you like it? And it was like she like really saw my personality. She was like, oh yeah, I could tell you had a personality. You got a tattoo on your neck and stuff like that. She was like, me and the girls was like, who invited him and stuff like that. But like me and her had like a really nice conversation and stuff like that. On the way home, and I was really just telling her like we was. It was just like an interesting experience. It's like wow, it really opened the door to show me that I'm not I'm not I'm not in bondage to
Right.
any preference and to anything anybody tries to put on me, no matter what it looks like online. It's who I am, out by myself. And it really just gave me like the really that sense of confidence, honestly, because yeah, it definitely really just gave me that sense of confidence. I mean, I've definitely had girls and stuff in high school, I've dated and stuff like that, but as far as like you know, as an adult, having an approach and stuff like that, it just really gave me that sense of it's not that bad. It just kind of just me just not trying to go in there with a pre thought because I'm trying to make sure I don't
Yeah.
mess up that I did mess up. So I even like spoke to my dad, like I said, like 2 weeks of stuff afterwards, and he's like, oh yeah, I did see the episode, son. Imagine he didn't hit me up on anything, but he said, yeah, I saw the episode, son, and he's like, you did good, like he really gave me great compliments and stuff like that. Then he was like, I think you should go on there. You should go keep going back on there. And I was like, yeah, because before I even had signed up for the show, me and my dad kind of was always conversing about like just like me talking to girls and stuff like that. So that was kind of like even though I didn't tell him I was gonna go on the show, that was kind of like one of the things that
Yeah.
kind of even made me push to go because I knew that was something that he liked. But then it was kind of like, okay, I can do this. It's, it's, it just takes time and it takes experience, but it really opened the door to just more confidence and more understanding and just not trying to box myself in because humans have so many different parts of them, and everybody don't need to know every single thing about them. And I mean, I feel like out of all the other guys, I mean, I was the only one that really kind of like gave them something to talk about. Honestly, I mean, the girl was saying like my confidence, but I'm like, yeah, in my confidence, yeah, but I mean, like I told the lady, yeah, slow, 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 because I wasn't ready, but it was definitely an amazing experience. Honestly, I mean, episode came out, and then it was kind of like a line too, because when I had posted on Thursday to say that I was on the show, literally the Friday the show dropped, and I was like, wow. The next day, I was like, okay, hmm it was definitely an experience, honestly. But 2025 has been amazing, like I said. Just going back into like I started college in the end of October. Me being 31 years old. I mean, I never thought. I mean, I think I've always kind of thought like, okay, my transcript maybe not grades might not be good, but after because okay, I don't know if I don't know. I hope I'm not talking too much, but I know I did Dark Nights in Hershey Park, and that was in September. So I got selected for that. I knew about the casting for like a month or so, and I got selected for it. Like, I was practicing mentally to prepare myself and stuff like that. And I didn't know what I thought it was gonna be like a haunted house they was gonna put in Times Square. So I was like mentally preparing myself for the audition, and then like 2 days before the audition, I'm looking on the site, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be in Hershey Park," and then it says like, "Yeah, we're gonna pay for room and board if you get casted and stuff like that." And I'm like, Oh, okay, okay, cool. And knowing that I already had experience working at 200 houses, I already was winning it automatically confident. And yeah, literally me only out of the group of the 7 people, me and this other guy is the only people, who made it through to the casting. So like, they paid for our housing. We had stayed in like a 2 bedroom. It was 2 bedroom apartment. All the cast, we all had like our own apartments. They paid for our entire apartment. I went out there like the first week of September, and I was supposed to stay out there for 2 months, but because I have my cats in the house, in that situation, I ended up having to come back home early. But the experience was like amazing. I mean, it was like by far one of the best experiences because we got to stay in the apartment for free, and then we only had to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we got to stay in the apartment, and that was in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So it was like it was by far one of the best experiences ever. Like I feel like I was like even in a moment, I felt like I was like turning into the character because when they gave me the character. They didn't give me like a distinct character. Some people had like a certain character that was like the one that set the whole set character throughout the whole 2 months. But when I did it, I didn't have a distinct character. They put me as a swing. So as a swing, I would be going in there, any day and be doing any character that they
Yep.
want to put me in because they saw how much versatility it was. And I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like doing it, and then when they finally gave me my room, which was the Betty Bye character, well, I tell you, it was by far. I think it was like I would say it was a fun experience, but it was a very stressful, strenuous experience for sure because we kind of like we got to be there at 4 p.m. We got to sit and make up for a whole hour, and you in the haunted house for like 5 or 6 hours. But it's like a 30 minutes in the haunted house, 30 minutes out of the haunted house every hour. It's like you got to people
Yeah.
switch it back and forth. But when I'm doing it, I'm doing it. I'm going to give my all because it's live entertainment basically. I'm in the haunted house. And I'm dripping sweat in my character because I'm like the character they had me is called Betty Bye. So it was supposed to be this guy who he lived in this sloth bedroom, and it was like dirt. It was trash, throw up everywhere on the bedroom. And I'm supposed to be the sloth who just don't want to get out of bed. So he's like Betty Bye, and I'm just laying in the chair. And then when the people would come around the bed, I would like act like I'm throwing up, like throwing up on them. So like I would be dripping sweat and still having to do it. And then I actually had to end up like resigning, like I said, because my cat situation, but I ended up having to resign literally because like one of the supervisors, they kept telling me like, oh, like switch this up, but then another supervisor tell me switch it up, and I'm like, okay, well if I'm not doing my best, then I don't need to really be working here because I'm giving my all.
Right.
So you keep telling me to switch something up, but it's like you both keep telling me conflicting things, and it's like I got stuff going on at home. I don't need this. So, mm, but
To add on to what you just said,
mm,
remember what Scott told you when we did our conversation, and it was all three of us. He said,
mm,
"Go where you are celebrated, not tolerated," and
yeah,
that you did just from this because I've seen the pictures of you sharing dressed up as this character,
yeah,
and then seeing you on the news now in 2025 and then
yeah,
seeing you on Pop the Balloon. So much growth, so much has happened
yeah.
since then.
Mm.
But this alone is your walking testimony. So I hate to end, I had to intervene there, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're 100% correct. I definitely truly appreciate it. I mean, I don't think I say doing a reality show it was definitely an experience because
Yeah.
I feel like the reality show was I felt like it was an amazing experience, but the stuff that was happening behind the scene as far as me, I'm having flat tires, like those things are not being shown of all the stuff. I gotta find an outfit every other day. I got a flat tire here, flat tire there. I'm still trying, and I'm showing up on set, and I'm still smiling and everything. And then it's kind of like, yeah, all these good things are going on, in Atlanta, but then because there's so many things are going on, bills and everything else is like falling behind, and then that's when
Right.
like I end up losing my car. I end up going to jail for 5 days in 2021. Lost my Instagram account. It's like a lot of stuff kind of like just
I remember
all hit me,
that.
but it was kind of like maybe that's kind of like what I needed because it was kind of like you're doing too much. I was doing so much that it was kind of like I'm not making time for myself. I'm making time for what I want to be for myself, but I'm not making time for myself. And you know, like I said. being on that reality show, it was a great experience, but I feel like deep down inside, I feel like because of stuff that happened in the end, it really gave me like a depressing stage. Like I really went like into a stressful, real depressing stage. Where we see,
Yeah.
I didn't post on social media for like 3 4 months. Like I just, like I turned to doing other things, like doing just smoking things and stuff that I thought, that brought me happiness. And it really didn't bring me happiness. But I mean, honestly, kind of like I don't know what it did, but I say it definitely brought me. It took me to it helped me get to where I am today. But I feel like everybody goes through like maybe that life changing event or
Oh yeah.
something that wakes them up. Well, some people don't want to wake up. Some people don't ever care to wake up. But I mean, it's definitely it takes a journey. It definitely takes a journey because honestly, I would say before I even did a doing a reality show 2021, I was always working jobs, working jobs. But literally after 2021, I wasn't working on my job. I mean, I wasn't working. Everything it was like a pause. Everything just like paused for me, and I was like, yeah, I was still doing my music, doing everything on my phone back in New York. But it was like I was just like, at the stage where I was finding myself now. I'm like, okay, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening to me? And then it literally is kind of like I'm telling my story through all my music. So I'm like a lot of people don't be understanding like some of the stuff I'm saying in my music or what this is or this alter ego. But these alter egos are created through the milestones and the cycles and stuff that I'm going through. Like Big Test. He was created when I started doing like that smoke stuff because it's like Big Test created. I say I'm bigger than the test. So this Big Test created. Then you got Hot Shot, you got Will I Rise. It was a stage where I went more down into more of the darker stage, even like as far as my music stage, where I felt like I was like this big bad mean person, even just in the music. And I wasn't trying to do it, but it was kind of like it was just coming out because it was whatever I was smoking, it was I was just able to channel it, and it was a crazy feeling. Like I would be able to do them voiceovers that I did, and I would just be able to put my headphones on and close my eyes, and it would just come right out. And none of the stuff would be planned. Like a lot of the stuff I was doing in the beginning, I didn't write none of that stuff. It was kind of it just come right out. So I say it was definitely an experience. But where I am definitely today, where I'm at spoken creator gave me
Yeah.
more of a I'm speaking everything into existence, and then going more like to go deeper daily. I want to go deeper daily with other people. Just giving myself lot more structure, and definitely never gave up ever. I think that's the main thing. Even though I don't need these views or likes because I never did it for views or likes. I did it for my own journey, and just I literally realized every time I release a song onto the internet, I release that stress from it's in my body. So I will always release it. I'm always releasing because I'm literally releasing it from my mind, my body, and my soul. And when I started to realize that, like, wow, okay, this is healing for me. This is peace for me. So it's not for anybody else. I'm not worried about what anybody thinks because I understand where I'm at and I understand where I went and where I'm at now. And it's just very very interesting. I mean, it's definitely very interesting. But like I said, I'm in college now, and I'm excited. I go to school online. I have my bachelor's in human services. I'm in my second term. I'm still in my A's and stuff like that. And I think my thing was more like, okay, I'm gonna maybe be a substance abuse counselor. But as more and more I got into it, I kind of like I don't want to box myself in. I want to just let it flow because when I
Yeah.
went to my first counseling session, the counselor he's saying like that he's still going to therapy and stuff like going to these meetings and stuff like that. So it's like how can you really help me if you're going to the meetings as well? I mean, I understand everybody still needs help, but I mean, if I'm taking guidance from somebody, I'm gonna take guidance from somebody who will overcome it. I don't feel like, or I'm going to take guidance from myself. I'm not going to take guidance from somebody who's still trying to be in it because it's not gonna be able to show me nothing. I mean, that's how I really just see it honestly, and Like even if like I told myself, like I said, okay, well, yeah, I said I would never see myself going to no rehab, doing this and doing that because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, rehab they can give you medicine and papers and stuff like that, but it has to be something that it has to be something that I love that to bring me back to where I am. And I feel like my music is something that I've always loved and it always kept me on my toes and my knees as far as being like just up to par and staying trendy and stuff like that. So yeah, 2025 has definitely been amazing. I can't wait to drop my next project. It's definitely so better. It's giving like I said, I'm just working on music that is just that makes sense. I passed the stage of music that I want to enjoy. Like I'm done the stage of the mean, angry part. I just want to. I can still be the extra aggressive, but I want people to resonate with what I'm saying and understand it. And I had to look at that like, okay, this is just a gift and a hobby. I don't have to make this a career. Um, and it's like I can change the game my own way. You don't have to be. I don't have to be in a studio or be doing this and doing that. I can be my own person to still release music over and over and over again, and because I see my growth every single time I do it, and they're like, I'm just amazed, honestly, just seeing my own growth. It's kind of like it's been an experience where yeah, it's definitely been an experience, but excitedly, I did land a job position in my human services field last week, so I'm very excited for that. I'm going to be a direct support professional, so it's going to be kind of working with like the elderly, or kind of like working with them to make sure that they are still taking their medicine and still making sure that they are showing them they still have a life and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Um, I'm excited to do the training on the 24th and the shots and stuff like that. And, and even though like I feel like stuff is still trying to, like, I had to tell myself the other day. I said, yeah, my body may be still. My body may be in the past, but my mind is already in the future. So a lot of times when I'm still hanging with these old people, and I'm like, well, we not just we're disconnected because you know we don't see each other. We never saw each other, and I think I've always had the people around, kind of thinking like I'm always trying to just be the light, but then I start to realize these people trying to steal my light. They don't want to be my friend. They just want to see if they can get off of me, or see what they can just take my time up. Where people were like, I'm like, I gotta do the schoolwork, and people just be hitting me up, wasting my time. And I'm like, you're not gonna throw me off, because every time you try to do that, it's literally just propels me to show me what's really happening. Because I've never been stopped. I mean, I'm not gonna be stopped. I've never been stopped. I mean, and it's definitely been an experience. But there you go.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so
Yeah,
proud of you. From then to now, and I was there with you, witnessing what you've been going through, that
yeah,
spiral, that change, that shift, and now to see you where you're at now, it's like, and I touched on this, I was telling Rico this yesterday when I did my interview with him, which is reinvention. And we both are the same age, we're both 31.
mm,
So I definitely know what it's like to go through that dark period and then have to reinvent yourself and come back twice times stronger. But I am so proud of you because I remember when you did the show, that was the time you did the show when me, you, and Sky did the conversation. And
yeah,
everybody was just like, oh, that's messed up. Now know what was going on behind the scenes when you did the show as well, too. And
yeah,
people were coming right behind you, supporting you. And I was one of those people, myself and Sky. And Sky, who's come from reality TV, who's a icon in reality TV.
mm,
And not only that, but he works with some of the biggest stars there is now. Like him and Monique have a close relationship. So Sky was giving you gems as well to my brother Sky. And then I think my brother K Tukes, who is here also. Shout outs to Pure Lux Salon. I see you guys in the comments. But they were supporting and right behind you 100%. But to see you where you're at now, to focus on your education and helping people, human resources, especially in these times when we need that. But I'm gonna go back to that time period. You said I was facing depression. I was facing all of these things. And I remember when you took the break as well too. When you said I'm gonna take the break. I was like, where is he? And this was after we did the interview where we did the panel together, all three of us. And
Mm-hmm.
Scott was giving you gems, I was giving you gems, and then K Tooks was there in the comments giving you gems as well too. And to see you in this light of your life, you seem like you're the most happiest where you are. There's a change, there's a glow about you that is shining. And I'm just super proud of you to see you go after what it is. And then going back to school, you said college, and then finding that balance of your passion, which is music, which is your first love. I remember you saying that in the panel discussion as well too. But I'm
Yeah.
just super duper proud of you. I keep saying it because to see you come from that, of everything you've encountered from the jail, because I didn't say anything about it. I was just like, oh my God. But I know there's got to be a backstory to it. I know something has had to happen to him that he deserved this to happen to him. And then going through with the car situation. I remember you telling me that all of these things that you spoke on, telling me that in the previous interview in the conversation, we had no idea about until you spoke about it when we did the panel discussion. But to see you in this light of your life now,
Yeah.
as what I like to say when I was saying it with Rico yesterday, you're in the prime, you're in your prime of your life. It's like all of these things are aligning, and you have taught me about studying the angel numbers and things as well too. So let's talk a little bit about that. So what numbers are you seeing in the future for you now currently in 2025? Because I remember you telling me about studying the numbers and things.
um. Well, I definitely could say. I would say. Just say because I got into the to numerology and stuff like that in 2021, and I guess to even give like a quick skip to from 2021 to all the past years where I kind of were just going through my own phase. I did turn to the meth drug, and I kind of I guess I don't really know what it was. Honestly, I think it was just a stage of not like I said, losing my car, going to jail, like losing my social media. I'm in my apartment. I'm two bedroom, two bath, and everything's going downhill. And I turned to the drug, and yeah, I lost this weight, and I still, like I said, I still did my music, and like that's what I'm saying. Like the drug literally it gave me them alter egos. It gave me that personality of this big bad wolf. I don't know what it was, but later on down the line, I definitely realized like, okay, it's something spiritual about this drug where it's a little more crazier than I thought it is. Where, like I said, it would just be things where I'm like, okay, what's happening? Like, why am I acting like this? Why am I this? Why am I that? And the more I still continue to end up doing it, and it was kind of like I was like it really had felt like the devil had caught me in a vulnerable place, and then kind of he had jumped in my life, and I didn't even know what was happening. I thought it was kind of like I thought it was like, oh my god, I could rap faster, and I'm like later on down the line, I'm like this is not good. No, and I think coming back to New York, and then just dealing with the people out here, and just kind of like seeing them, it was kind of like I was like phasing out of the situation, and it would be like people like around me, and it would be like it's like they would be that negative, they would be like the devil, and it's like because I'm like so of the light, or because I'm still just this happy person, they it's like they will switch on me so fast, or it's like they didn't understand me, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm going through the same experience, but I'm not. I'm not no. I knew. I think. I mean, I knew like as my music started progressing, and I started to talk about like heal me now, and I'm like saying like a lot of stuff in my music. I started to realize those things were actually manifesting, where I was actually really like fixing myself back, putting myself back together just through the music. And it's a very crazy thing where you can put yourself back together just through your own music. Where I could, it, it, it would be just, it would be so weird. Like it got so weird, honestly. And then a lot of people don't believe in these, the tarot cards. And at first I got into numerology, and I watched tarot cards. It seemed like when I would smoke and stuff like that, it's just like I don't know if I would be able to connect naturally to
Yeah.
the tarot cards, and where I would literally be aligning, and they'd be like, "What? I understand what she's saying." And it's like it's like the things that they were saying were literally like leading me on the pathway of exactly to get where I'm at right now. Like it's kind of like it was like the people that were like trying to hold on. I was like, it's like negative energies was like trying to hold on to me, and the more and more I started to break free from it, then it would be like one of them things where I'd be like, I got into like my breathing exercises, meditation, and stuff like that, because the
Yeah.
people be around me,
Gotta read
people want to hang with me.
center.
Yeah, and I had never gotten some meditation or anything like that. So it's like people would be around me, they want to hang with me and stuff like that. But it's like when I want to work together or work with them, they're like, oh, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to work with you. So I went through a stage where I'm like, what? And it kind of like want to make you feel like, okay, oh, I'm not good enough, and I'm not enough. And I'm like, but later on down the line, it kind of like built me up to even get to meditation, because it's like, okay, well, maybe I need to redirect my energy. And the more I redirected my energy to back to myself, and not believed every single thing they said when it's, oh yeah, I'm gonna come at this time, and it always left me hanging. It kind of like when it started kept coming back around, I'd be like, okay, cool, and I wouldn't even put no thought into it. And the more I got into it, the more I got to my breathing exercises. And literally, I could say I do this breathing exercise any day, anytime, any situation. I literally would tell myself like, I'm calm, I'm confident, and I'm in control of my own energy. And then I'll do like my 4, 5, 6
Affirmations.
breathing
Yes.
method. And I literally like the energy. I would break free from it like instantly. Like I could do it when somebody's right in front of me, and I'll break free from it. So it became so much more easier to realize what was happening, and then just realize like people were still kept trying to, oh yeah, oh we're friends, just kind of like trying to be friends with me, just to still keep bringing me smoke. And I'm gonna say something that I don't think I've ever said. I mean, people online, but it was like this one dude, and he was calling himself the foot worshiper. And I'm sure you were seeing like I don't know if you saw the clip that I did with like the guard dog, where the dude was kissing my feet and stuff like that.
Yes.
That was actually a real thing that was actually happening. So that wasn't like nothing fake. He was actually, but at the moment I'm thinking like, okay, he bringing me smoke every single day, and I just want to worship your feet. And I'm like kept asking him, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then more and more I got into it, I started to realize you're coming here with this chaos. You're coming here with all this stuff that you got going on in your life, and the stuff that you're unhappy, and then you're coming over here, and it's kind of like I'm in peace and everything in my house. You're coming over, and it's kind of like you're trying to. He was if like he was like trying to trade places, or kind of like he was trying to steal my happiness. It
Feel
was
your
a
joy.
sense of
Yeah. Never
yeah.
let anybody
And
take it from you.
yeah, and it's been a very, very, very interesting experience, I would say, for sure. But where I am today, literally with the individual, and I could literally say this, say like 2 or 3 days ago, I literally, and I was talking about the affirmation that I had sent you on, that I said we're gonna say. I literally said that right before like he ended up coming over, and I could just tell like I already knew that it wasn't no connection. Like the individual told me, "Oh, I'm not nobody's friend. I'm just friendly," and I'm like, "Huh? Okay." But I keep having you around. I'm like, am I having you around for convenience, or am I having you around because you're really my friend? And I had to make sense of it to myself, because at the end of the day, it's like, why every single time you're coming around me, you're bringing me smoke, but then you leave, and I feel lost. I feel like I'm like, what? Why everything
Empty.
feels cool when you're around,
Right.
but you leave, and I feel like I'm lost. I'm like, what is happening? And I literally could say last week was literally the week where I found out. I said, okay, these people, because it's like people, everybody bring me smoke, and everybody, lots of people just give me something, and I'm like, huh, okay, cool. and nobody ever, the foot worship dude, he never would want to tell me what the foot thing was. And but what he used to say is, "Oh my God!" Like when I curse him out or tell him like, "Okay, I'm not talking to you," he would say, he would hit me up like, "Oh my God, I need you. I feel weak without you. Can I call you God?" And
Manipulation.
stuff like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it was like he's bound to the devil, and he's like he sees me, and he just it's like I was like his idol to him. He tells me, "Oh my God, yes, I'm your biggest fan and all that," and I'm saying like, yeah, but you don't text me, you don't call me. You know what I'm saying
Or
like you say these things, but
support your music or do any of that. Like
nothing.
you just
But it's like he,
using me for the convenience. You're bringing me the stuff to smoke, and I'm gonna read some of you guys' comments. Shout outs to my girl Diamond. Diamond said this, and I agree with it. And I'm gonna pin her comment. She said, "Because music saves life. It's my first lives. It's my first love, and music and dancing is my free moments in time." Absolutely, music does save lives. And with you being able to pin whatever it is that you're feeling, when you were going through that dark cloud, that dark period in your life where you said, okay, I've created all of these different personalities, all of these different things,
yeah,
music got you out of that. And
yeah,
even with this, I didn't want to interrupt you, but this right here.
yeah, no, yeah, you're 100% correct. I think even leading up to the interview, I kept just wrestling in my head, like, hey, how much am I going to speak? How much am I going to say? But I'm like, you know what? I've always just been authentic, and I mean, you know, it's people around me who hear my music, who hear like maybe the gospel stuff or the good stuff, and it's kind of like a okay, but I don't want to hear that. But it's like kind of we got to the point where okay, well, it don't matter if you want to hear it or not because I'm already it's for me. So it's like people around me. It's like they want to be out of the drug thing. They want to get away from it, but they don't understand. They don't
It's
understand
hard.
how I got
Right.
it. So or they understand how I got away from it. So they're like, oh, they think I'm big. I'm better than. I think I'm better than. They think I'm better than this and that. I'm like, I'm not better than nothing because it's never end the cycle. Like it's still life. Everybody's still gonna have a struggle. Everybody still has goes through something. It's just all about and I literally would tell different people, I said, the only way for you to move on past doing this is you have to have something that you naturally love. And I said, and that was, like I said, my music and my acting and stuff like that. It was something that I always loved. I always stay consistent. I always stay persistent. And yeah, it definitely has been like a cycle. It definitely has been an experience. Just being around so many different people, like, being around so many different like just energies where I'm literally at the phase where people try to tell me this or that with some negative stuff and I'll tell them, sir, I'm I'm not taking on the energy. I'm not taking that on. I'm not taking
Don't.
that on. And they want to keep telling me all that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I'll just leave. And they're making it seem like, oh, you got a problem. Okay, well, if I got a problem, then let me be the problem. Because at the end of the day, I don't have no problem with myself. So it's like I'm not doing that. I know where I am. I know where I am in my life. So and because everybody uses your mirror, it's kind of like I know where I am in my life, but no, and you can't. You try to mirror me and pretend that we're on the same alignment, but then when you don't get what you want, then you become a mean, angry person. It's like no, I know where I
Right.
am. I know where I am. That's what I mean. It's definitely an experience, and it really it really feels like people are like bound. Like it feels like it's like a split. It's like it feels like a real split. Like people that's going up and people that's going down. And it was like the people that like smoking this stuff. I see them now. And they look old or they look like this and that. It's like they was doing good when I first met them, but now I'm seeing them a year or two later, and it's like they're doing bad, and it's like, did you when you got to that crossroad, did you not make a decision? Because
Exactly.
if you didn't make a decision, because then you still stand in that crossroad, and it's not going to ever be no growth. It's not going to ever be no elevation because you you don't have nobody, you don't want to put that work in. You don't have nobody around you. And I rather, I mean, to be honest, I told my family and all that stuff about me when I was smoking this stuff, and I didn't tell them for like no to ask for no help or anything. But let's be honest, they didn't try to help me. They nothing at all. It was silence for months and months and months. But I could say that silence is probably what even made me even move on out of it, because it's kind of like it kind of showed me, well, Dontae, I mean, it doesn't matter what you if you tell them, because it's still your life. They a lot of people don't even want to see you do good. So I mean, you telling them stuff, that's going on. It would just show like, okay, well, that's cool. It's really one of them tough love situations, but it's kind of like I don't even know if it's tough love. I think it's just one of them things that's kind of like they don't understand how I'm still doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, you come from a place of despair. You come from a place of neglect, of feeling alone, feeling abandoned. And trust me, I know that feeling too. There are days you can be surrounded by people and people not have your best interest at heart, or don't feel like they even care, or don't see the screams or see the cries like I'm begging you, I'm pleading to you for help, or
Yeah.
a cry for help. And people don't sometimes see those warning signs, but family should be the first ones to pick up on it instantly. So I didn't know. I mean, this is your first time sharing it with me,
Yeah.
this part of you battling with addiction and so many different things. And it's personal to me because I know friends who battle with addiction, who, are scared to come out and tell their story. So just from you sharing this information on my platform can probably help somebody else who's battling with addiction and demons. And
Yeah.
sometimes you feel like, I feel like demons are chasing me. Sometimes we do things in our past that we're guilty of. And I've done lots of things I'm not too proud of. And that guilt still haunts me to my day, but that's my karma. So we all have to face judgment day. So for you to become more aware of who you are, and it's the losing so much that creates the humble spirit in you getting wiser.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it brings a different side of you. It brings the fighter out of you. And what I mean by the fighter, it brings the fire out of you, is all of the obstacles and hurdles that you've been through, from losing the place, from going to jail, from all of these things, even being on the show, and you sharing that information with us about, this happened behind the scenes here.
Yeah.
Look where you're at now. So if you could go back in time and tell the old Dante something, what would you tell him?
Um, I would just tell them keep going,
And it's
keep
only up
going.
from it's only up from here. And look where you are now. Pop the balloon. You're on the news. I seen you on the news. You're going to college. I mean, you're doing a lot of
Mm,
things. We are proud of you. We are so
yeah.
proud of you. And this is a long way from when we did our conversation. And you said 2021, the show was out during that time. And not only that, but we were still in the midst of a pandemic, so it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on, and people were still trying to figure it out. Like, this has never happened before down here in the USA. So
Hmm.
we're trying to literally figure it out on how we can put the pieces of the puzzle together. But look at you now.
Yeah. But I think another thing that really that continues to push me every single day, is really, like I said, my mother passed away when I was only 11 years old,
All right.
and then my only blood brother, he passed away like in 2016, and my mother passed away in 2006, and my blood brother passed away in 2016. So that, like I said, me finding out my life path number is number three, and to literally find that out in 2021, and like I've been on my life path for 10 whole years doing music and acting, and that's what the number three is, the creative communicator. He's the actor, the artist, the entertainer. So even to find out I've like literally been on my journey for 10 years straight, it's like, okay, there's nowhere to go but continue, because it's like, okay, I'm not doing nothing wrong, and I feel like it's like I'm not doing this to make anybody else feel any type of way, because
No, it's your passion. It's
Yeah.
your calling. Music is your passion and your calling. The same for acting, the same for me for hosting this platform. When
Yeah.
you have a calling and a purpose, nobody can take that calling and that purpose away from you. So you still have kept going. Even
Yeah.
through the midst of the darkness, you've always found a way and dug yourself out of it, reinvented yourself. That's what phoenixes do. Phoenixes rise from the ashes. Everything could be burning down, but in the end result, a phoenix will rise and soar.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
No, no, you're 100% correct. I mean, honestly, I was say before this interview, I was rushing, running around, and I'm over here like, okay, I'm about to go to the barbershop, and I get over to the barbershop, my barber's not even there. I'm like, oh, I said, okay, well, I'm go buy me a nice do rag. I still got my nice shirt, and I'm gonna just be myself. But it's kind of like
Yeah.
the that moment was trying to take that moment away from me even again to say, okay, well, you don't got no barber, so you're not gonna look the best. But it's kind of like, no, I'm still gonna do it. It's nothing holding me
Now you
back.
know you fine. You know you need to stop. You know you need to stop. For real. You
Yeah,
look great.
and I was gonna say definitely like I knew you saw when I had my hair and everything. I grew my hair when all that stuff happened in November 2021,
Yeah.
and I kept my hair all the way until November last year, and I told myself I was going to keep my hair until I wasn't going to cut my hair until I was out of the situation, but not until I was out of it. So that was a symbolic thing that me cutting my hair it was like a whole restart for me, and I think that
Refreshing, reinventing yourself. See
yeah.
that, and I told Rico this yesterday. We are like chameleons, and we are like phoenixes. Everybody in their own way is like a chameleon because we go through all of these changes in our lives, and
Yeah.
we always find a way to come back stronger, to rejuvenate and reinvent ourselves, and just figure out a way to tackle or whatever situation. It can be uncomfortable for all of us, but we will always find a way to blend in and make it work. That's what chameleons do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You're 100% correct. As I say, like it's definitely really just like really understanding just the spiritual aspect of life. It's so hard to understand it, but it's just really realizing that everybody out here just ain't good. I mean, everybody out here that smiles in your face and they say that they just not everybody not cool,
Yeah.
and I think the spiritual part of it is very very um, I think that's the part that's just a little scary for me that I think that's dealing with every single day where the energetic chords and stuff like that where I have to literally like affirmations I have to do those because you just never know like it be days where I can't even wake up and I don't even want to get out of the bed and it's like what's happening? It's like okay somebody must be trying to somebody must be like in my energy like it be stuff that be happening but it's like the more I take more control and say, you know what, I'm still gonna be good either way. And when I
Yeah.
when I had to come to that realization, I'm still gonna be good. You know, I mean, I bring blessings to things that I'm a part of. I mean, I wouldn't have been selected to be in Beyonce's music video if I wasn't if I wasn't a blessing. Like I feel like everything has like happened exactly for what it's supposed to happen, and I don't know. I definitely get like be in my head about like saying, okay, do I want to stop doing music or do I want to keep doing music?
Keep
But I think
going. Keep going.
yeah,
It's your passion. It's your creativity. It's your calling.
yeah,
Like I said, like me hosting this platform, giving people advice, encouraging, educating, bringing awareness to world issues, bringing awareness to or highlighting or spotlighting the person that I'm
yeah,
interviewing, like yourself. Them telling their story can be beneficial to the next person and the next person. As Diamond just said in the comments, it's all about being humble and creating a sense of humble spirit within us
yeah.
by us sharing our gifts with the world. So I say keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it's as far as like, even just just like being confident and kind of just standing firm on how you feel and not let people that you think that are close to you or friends or family not even let them deter you. Or kind of like one of the things where it's like, okay, well, you're just gonna see it when it come out. I don't even gotta talk to you about it anymore because every time I talk to you about it, it's always I don't see it or I don't understand it, and it's like you're not trying to understand it. And it's like, I had to just really just start living, like I said, living for myself. And I guess growing up, it's definitely just been experience, like the from where I was in the reality show, my mindset and everything, how I just handle situations, kind of like, okay, that's cool, but I've done it, I've accomplished it already. So I mean, what can I do? It's kind of like one of them things is anything I put my mind to, I'm going to do it. It's everything is going to happen. I can't even imagine like what's going to be for the near future, but just even to see like me being in college and that's
Yeah.
keeping me focused. That's keeping me like grounded. Just even just being in myself, like and we still gonna always have our hiccups and stuff like that, but it's always just making sure, like, okay, but I know who I am. So I'm around somebody else who's doing bad, but I know who I am, and I've always because I've been on my own for so long. It's like, yeah, but I mean, I haven't been around nobody to influence me. I'm always just influencing myself.
You know I'm here. You
Yeah,
know I'm here. You can reach
no,
out to
yeah,
me. You've got my number.
mm-hmm.
You and K Tooks. You always, whenever you create something or make something, you always share that news with me. And I
Yeah,
stop what I'm doing and I check it out. So don't ever feel
yeah.
like you're alone because I'm here. You got me.
No, yeah, I definitely truly appreciate this. I mean, this interview definitely, it's been something that been needed. It's definitely been something that I've been waiting to just get off my chest so that I can, just, I guess,
Breathe
just be
easy
breathe.
because
Yeah,
when you hold on to something that feels like it's a burden, like it's a cloud over you, it's just like, my God, I have to get it out. I have to let someone know. I have to talk about it. And now that you've talked about it, you feel so much better, like a weight has been lifted off of you.
yeah, no, yeah. That's definitely it. I mean, it's yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I definitely just can't wait to I say definitely numerology and just like the other things I got into. It definitely has propelled me just into like a better light, just understanding myself and you know not trying to let anybody else tell me how to live my life. And I think that's the part. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I might sign up for some more pop the balloons. I don't know. I want to work on my own thing. You
Do
know,
it.
um,
Do it.
but
Go for it. It's
I
only
don't want
up from
to.
here. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, but I knew we had spoken about some the stuff I had sent you. I don't know if we wanted to still talk about that
We can.
or
We sure can. Yes.
or I don't know if you wanted what you wanted to do, like maybe the affirmation or the questions or what we doing.
We can do some affirmations because I know with you
Okay.
sharing your testimony, it can be powerful to encourage somebody too that feels like giving up. And in these times, a lot of people just feel like it's a lot of hopelessness, it's a lot of despair, it's a lot of worry. It's like you just said when you shared your story, like a dark cloud has been hanging over me, and I don't know what to do. How do I move forward? How do I progress from this? So
Mm.
definitely give some affirmations.
Okay, so I actually did these affirmations, these three distinct affirmations, and I started to realize that they were actually working in my life. Like I say, I did like each 20 times,
Yeah.
and I would write them. As you can see right here, I would write it like 25 times each. I would literally and I would do, and I did like I said, 20 of these, and it started to I'm actually releasing things. Like, wow, this is actually happening.
It's
So I want to read.
therapeutic. You put it on paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read these three, and then I'm gonna just do the last one, which is the cord cutting one. And so this one says, "I am protected by my spirit's light. I'm protected by my spirit's light." Um, this one says, "I release all that no longer serves me. I release
Yeah.
all that no longer serves me." This third one says, "I am clear, I am aligned, and I am free. I am clear, and I am aligned, and I am free." And this is the most recent one, the one that I made yesterday. Um, and it's called "Release Through Words" affirmation. And it says, "I am releasing all energetic ties and attachments that no longer serve my highest good. I am free from this connection, and I reclaim my peace and energy." So yeah, those affirmations I do daily, um, and they have definitely been a lifesaver for sure.
I do mines every morning. Every morning I get up. And my guest that I had on yesterday, Rico, I keep mentioning him.
Mm,
Rico has a whole board of affirmations and just quotes that he
wow.
lives by. And a very special shout out to another artist, Dontae, who
Mm,
just released, who is going to be releasing a new single coming out pretty soon called Emergency. Please go
okay.
and check it out. Um, Amazing singer, and I had the gift of interviewing him last year in 2024. So that interview is up there. And
Okay.
my friend here, he's not even a guest. Dontae is not a guest. He is a friend. And I'm glad to call him a friend because of just him sharing his story alone. So this week has been the people that have been very, very close to me that mean a lot to me in my heart. So yeah. And of course, tomorrow we have Ellen Margareta Norden joining me. You are so welcome, Vontae, and we got to catch up. I would love to
Mhm.
have you back on again in the spring. So we got to set something up. We got to catch up because I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all of you for still going, still creating. And in this crazy times that we're having right now, creativity is the best thing to have. So, affirmations, one of the affirmations that I say to myself in the morning is I am surrounded by myself by people who uplift me. And that means my mother, my grandmother, my you guys, the fashion dolls, y'all show me so much love and support every time I come on. Y'all rush when that live goes on at 4 p.m. every single day. Y'all come in and y'all show me so much love and support. Even when I'm off, or people will message me thinking that something is wrong because they see, okay, she's not live every day. She does a show.
Mhm.
She's not on today. K Tooks will literally pick up the phone and call me or text me like, everything all right, sis? You ready for your show today? And I'll be like, no, something came up, something happened, so I will not have a show that day. And then I come right back the next day, and it's as if it's like a relationship, like a marriage in a way. You guys never leave. You come right back. Come right back. So I thank y'all all so much. And the same goes for you, Dante. Before we go, before we wrap, is
Mhm.
you know you got me, you've got my number. I'm here for you. And you text. And that's why I wanted to have you back on because I've seen what you've been doing. I've been seeing it in silence, but I've
Yeah.
been seeing what you've been doing, and I'm so proud of you. From to come from what you've been through with the show back in 2021 to now in 2025, here we are. And it's all about things aligning and being centered together. It's all coming together on God's divine timing. So the power
Mhm.
of manifestation, y'all, is amazing. And today's final thought comes from Eli Wiesel. And he says that there may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time where we fail to protest. And in other
Mhm.
words, of everything that's going on, don't be afraid to use your voice. And more importantly, form community, work together, and also continue to be vigilant with your circle, with your life, who you give your energy to, as Dante just said. And Vontae said that he is praying for you great things. He is manifesting great things for you.
I
The same,
appreciate that.
yes, that's somebody you want to link up with because I think you'll like his energy. And I could probably see a collaboration in the works.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
we shall see.
No,
Talk to
I
Bonte, but I think you'll like him. I think you'll like him. Um, and just alone, network with people. Don't be afraid to network with people and get yourself out there
yeah.
and let them know what you do. Because you do music, Vontae also does music, but you're just in different musical genres. Like Vontae does neo, soul, R&B, and you
Mm-hmm.
do rap. So opposites attract, and I definitely could see you two collaborating on something in the future. So network with him, and I'll keep continuing to network you with people who I think would definitely help you stay on that path. And I'll be right there helping you steer the ship as well too. We're both the same age, so we all got to figure it out in our own little way. So it's important that we continue to support one another and uplift and empower one another in these dark times, even when it doesn't feel like someone is there. You know that you have somebody that you can reach out to or call or text. So
No, I definitely.
definitely,
I would say I definitely truly appreciate that. It's definitely been a few years, and you definitely have still been there, and
I might have been busy,
definitely,
but I've been there because you've been sharing it with me, and the same for you, vice versa, and you know that.
yeah.
So yeah,
They even say like K Tooks, he definitely hit me up and he definitely checks on me, from time to
my
time. I
brother.
definitely appreciate that. You know, sometimes I think just growing up more, being in your 30s now, you do realize like life does just get busy. But I
Life
mean,
be life in exactly,
but if you're not
and, and
busy,
and you
then what
have
you
so many
doing?
things to work on, right?
You know. But I mean, I'd rather be busy than bored, honestly, because boredom just leads to
And
things
just
we
letting
don't need.
your creativity go to waste, like
You
create.
know.
I want to put everything in me to use. So
Yeah.
yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I can't. We can't. Like I said, I can't wait for my project to come out. I definitely been working on it. Um, maybe it might be in the studio, maybe it might not. Maybe I just will continue. But I know I'm waiting for this project to come out. It's going to come out for sure this month. It's called A Time to Kill. So it's going to be my first EP. So who knows? Who knows? But I know for sure my first project, that mixtape I came out on Christmas. Um, I really released a lot of stuff on that mixtape where I really just let a lot of stuff go. I mean, um, so this time, this project, this music, going to be more free. I'm just more happy, more happy and more intentional. Like I said, when I got on here at first, I'm just more intentional.
And now you're at a place where I can say you're happier. I see a change. Whereas before, it's just like, why are all these things happening to me?
Yeah,
God took you through it through a reason. He takes us through these dark time periods. I'm telling y'all. But look where we're at right now. We're still here. We're still surviving. We're still thriving. And we're still going. And Vontae says, congrats.
thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, God has an interesting way of showing it for sure, and I mean, I can say it's never been not one day I haven't eat. It hasn't been one day, So it's like certain things we can't explain, but we can see and we can feel it, and just from the things around us. And I think even me getting blessed with my two cats last year in August, I mean in April, that really really set me a way back on track. Because like I said before, then it was hard for me, like smoking and doing this. Track life was all over the place, but the cats really gave me a
Yeah.
sense of purpose, and that
And
I'm really thankful for them. Honestly, they're a little crazy. They get very jealous, but they are like my kids, honestly. And they keep me out of a lot of trouble, honestly.
and
But
vice versa. They're great companions. I have a fur baby too. The last time I didn't have her, she would come down and she would stay, and my brother would take her back with them. But we have her now, so yes.
yeah, they definitely they be talking and everything. I'm like, oh my god. I feel like if they could, they definitely would talk to us because
Oh,
they follow me around everywhere. But they have definitely been the best. I say one of the best things that has um, changed me, got me better back on track. So sometimes we think everything is falling out of place, but it's really just falling in place for us to get there. And we gotta just see it for what it is versus for what we want it to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So before we
Mhm.
wrap, let everyone know where they can follow you, where they can check you out.
Okay, well, you can definitely check me out. Well, here, Spoken Creator. Check me out on my Instagram and my YouTube at Go Deeper Daily, where you can check out my music and my acting and just some new stuff I'm gonna be coming out with. Actually, back in last day when I was in Pennsylvania and last year in October, I did do a tour of the State Museum in Pennsylvania, and I created a whole playlist. So there's actually something I'm adding. I'm starting to tour museums, lesser known places here in New York City. So I will
Yes,
be releasing that playlist
experience
soon.
it.
Yeah, that playlist is ready, and I'm ready just to release it. So it's a seven shorts, a playlist of that museum, and that's actually going to be the transition into like the Go Deeper Daily concept of my YouTube. So I'm everything is going to just flow nice, and this is just another step into it. So thank you for giving me the opportunity even just to speak and tell my truth and not even be afraid of it, because like you said, somebody else is out there, and there's lots of people that's out there, and whether they want to say it or not, I can be the voice. I can,
Absolutely.
I can be
Your
the voice.
testimony is powerful, and there are people, lots of people in the world who battle with addiction, and they are scared to figure out a way how to get help about it. It's a journey, it's a scary journey for them. So this conversation alone can help somebody.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank
Well.
you. And I will talk with you later. We
Oh,
will text because this interview is going up on the channel so you guys can check out the full interview and conversation there as well as here. And I want you guys to be vigilant, protect your mental health, protect your peace. And if you need someone, reach out to them. Always check on your neighbors. And that is the moral of today's show, Fashion Dolls. Be vigilant. Reach out to someone. You never know what they could be going through, and share your testimony. Don't be scared because it could probably help the next person and then the next person after that. All right. So I love y'all. Y'all take care, and I will see y'all tomorrow with Ellen Margareta Norton. Take care.
right. Bye.
Bye.